See a red or reddish-brown puddle under your car and wondering if the transmission's bleeding out? Yeah, I've been there. And trust me, ignoring it is not the move. Hey folks, I'm Tom from Car Justify, and today we're going to figure out exactly where that transmission fluid leak is coming from before it turns into a big, expensive repair. First thing, make sure it's actually transmission fluid. A lot of people see a leak and panic. Transmission fluid is usually red or pink when it's fresh, darker brown if it's older. It's also a little slippery, kind of sweet smelling. Unlike motor oil, which is usually gold or black and smells, well, like old engine. If you're still not sure, dab it on a white paper towel and compare it to what's on your transmission dipstick. Once you've confirmed it's transmission fluid, the detective work starts. The easiest place to begin? Check the transmission pan. That's the flat metal pan bolted to the bottom of the transmission. Over time, the gasket between the pan and the transmission can get hard and brittle. And yep, that's a classic leak spot. If you see wetness around the edge or drips at the corners, that might be your culprit. Next up, the cooler lines. These are the small metal or rubber hoses that carry transmission fluid up to the radiator or a separate cooler. They can rust, crack, or get loose at the fittings. I've seen plenty of leaks that were just a loose flare nut or a split hose. And sometimes the leak sprays fluid while driving, so you see drips way back on the car even though the leak's at the front. Another big one, the output shaft seal. That's where the drive shaft meets the back of the transmission. If you see fluid slinging onto the underbody or coating the drive shaft, that seal might be toast. For front-wheel drive cars, check around the axle seals instead. Same idea, just where the axles slide into the transmission. Oh, and here's a sneaky one, the front pump seal. You can't see it without pulling the transmission, but if you notice fluid dripping from the bell housing, that's the round housing between the engine and transmission, that seal might be leaking. Usually, that's accompanied by the fluid level dropping fast and maybe even slipping gears. Beginner tip. Clean the area first. Get a can of brake cleaner, spray down the suspected spots, and dry it off. Then either take it for a short drive or let it idle while you watch. Fresh fluid will make the leak source pop right out. And if you really want to be thorough, you can add a UV dye made for transmission fluid, then use a black light to spot the glow. Makes you feel like a CSI for cars. If you do find the source and it's just a gasket or a loose fitting, that's a nice easy Saturday fix. But if it's a seal deep inside or you're losing a lot of fluid fast, I'd recommend getting it into a shop before you burn up the transmission. These things don't like running low, and replacing the whole unit will cost way more than a simple seal job. So, to wrap it up, confirm the fluid, check the pan gasket, cooler lines, axle or output seals, and the bell housing area for a front pump seal leak. Clean everything before you check, and use UV dye if you want to be extra sure. Alright, that's it for today. If this helped you track down your leak, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Car Justify for more car-saving tips. And if you've got a weird leak you still can't figure out, drop a comment. Maybe I've seen it before.